A lot of people nowadays think it is normal and natural that we might be going out of the earth into space in order to survive. And those people will point to the fact that even in a billion years, this land itself, regardless of how well we've managed to steward it, it will no longer be habitable by our species, and this is a fact. And I agree with that fact. However, I just want to point out something that became obvious to me right now. And it is that although this may be true, we're not there yet. And the fact that we are thinking about that while it is not yet an issue or a problem might itself be a way for us to see a showing of the fact that we're not doing the work that we're supposed to be doing. What do I mean? The work that we're supposed to be doing under this theory, under this premise, under this hypothesis of mine, music formulated, is that, well, Earth is still great, dandy, it's still heaven on earth. It hasn't become hell on earth. And when it does become hell on earth, so to speak, religious terms aside, then it is time to get the hell out, regardless. But when it's still heaven on earth, and that is the premise that I rest on, that this earth still is a heavenly place to live on and incomparable. We are so lucky to be here. I am so thankful. I feel that more of us should be that way, and I feel that us wanting to go away is in some sort childish, immature, an inappropriate response, not the correct thing given all the other options. Why? Well, what I'm starting to realize myself, maybe more people agree, is that it is so much easier for me to blame the outside than the inside, and it is so much easier for me to try to change the outside than the inside, that when I blow this fact up into the biggest of macros, the world at large, it seems that what I would do is precisely abandon ship before I would do the most difficult thing, which would be examine the ship's manifesto and make sure that all of the cargo that is there for a reason, and that nothing is obsolete or outdated, whether it's ideological in the mental realm or whether it's physiological, right? If you're not moving correctly, then you're old-fashioned. We should be living in a world where everyone is healthy, because the way that they move is the most kick-ass way that they can possibly do themselves. No comparing to anybody else, period. You're just everybody healthy. And you can be healthy in not only physical senses, mental, spiritual, emotional, psychological, a whole bunch of realms, kinesthetic. Who knows, there might be, as soon as these things are healthy, many more realms that become incredibly apparent and obvious. The main point, again, being that what if, mostly me, I guess, but maybe you too, what if by trying to change the external world, I am really running away from the real problem, which is inside? What if I find myself in a new terraformed place with still the same old problems? What am I going to go there for? Why am I going there at the end of the day? What is there to do over there that there wasn't over here? And hopefully, if there wasn't, at least on the journey there, we'd come to the realization that, and it would make us so happy that, who cares? Who cares? I see the value in space travel, and I get excited every time I hear these big names talking about it. And I think I'd be one of the first people to sign up, potentially. But at the same time, something just popped up in my mind. and it popped up very clearly. And maybe there's something more to it. I'd love to hear back. If we do go there while carrying our belief structure intact, we basically transport ourselves as we are without any type of other development, just the ability to displace ourselves in time and space more effectively. Well, then we're going to do the same things we were doing over here. And isn't that precisely the reason why we ended up going there in the first place? What I'm saying is it's kind of a catch-22. I'm feeling that it's that way, that I wish it was as easy as just going somewhere else to fix the problem. But let's make an analogy with ourselves. Say you don't feel good. You don't feel well. Your health is not good. You have a vitamin C deficiency. I don't know, call it scurvy or something. Is going somewhere else going to cure you of scurvy? No, I don't think it will. And so I think that even those geniuses, because they are that, when they are trying to do that, and they should be financed, and the enterprise should be propagated, and if I had more disposable income, I'd be one of those people doing it, and if I can in some way help, please, let me do so. But at the end of the day, I feel that my personal work turns out to be much more of self-exploration, of an internal dialogue creation, because shit, I'm in paradise and I don't even know who I am, and crap, I'm getting ready to leave this paradise without even knowing who I am is not a possibility, is not an option, it's not feasible for me, at least me. And I think that I've got maybe 100 years, if all goes well, if I take care of myself enough, if I'm able to feel sacred enough so that I can take care of myself in the way that I should, in the way that I take care of my most loved ones, then maybe I can clean house enough, clean my shit up enough so that I can go to the next stage, whatever that is. Souped up, fully armed, strong, wise, integral, wholesome, happy, joyous, not knowing what's coming, yet not fearful in anticipation. Right amount of excitement, right amount of fear, love. This, in conclusion, is why I love my home. Because my home showed me how much I love myself, how sacred I am. And I don't want to leave my home just like I don't want to leave myself. And I know, and that's why I don't believe that when I die, I leave myself. I believe that when I die, I just haven't remembered yet, but when I die, in the same way that I woke up in my home and was the same person that I was yesterday, more or less, the stream of consciousness continued. I feel that, and I'm getting closer and closer in sensation and experience, believe me or not, to merging. No, not with Cleopatra in my past life. I don't believe it that way, but to merging behind the illusion that the people who are not here with me or us are not here with us. The home, the earth, nature, my body showed me all these things. And I realized I don't want to do it. What I want to do, and here's the kicker, is just take better and better care of it every single time around. It's always going to be different. And it's like a knack, learning how to do it. Wherever you are, learning how to make things better. I think that's what it's about.